Goodmo are the online expert when it comes to spare parts, and the best point is that they have the spare parts for all vehicles available in India. So even if your car is out of production now, maybe you have a last generation model, even then they have the spare part available. They have the entire catalog, and the best point is that they have the same spare part from a host of different component makers, which gives you great flexibility in the pricing overall. So check them out today. Check out the app. It's available both for iOS as well as Android devices, and also check out the website for the latest schemes as well as offers.
So hey guys, welcome back to another video of Auto Portal, and today we brought for you a detailed walk around review of the 2022 Tata Tigor iCNG XZ Plus variant. So this is the top of the line variant in Tata Tigor's variant lineup, and Tata Motors has launched the Tigor in two variants for the CNG strata, and they are XZ and XZ Plus namely. So let's first begin with the key fob of this vehicle. Since this is the top of the line variant, you get a smart key fob with 4 buttons: lock, unlock, follow me home headlamps, as well as a button to unlock your boot. This is not an electric boot release or anything of that sort, but this is just to unlock your boot. And all in all, the key fob feels quite premium when you feel it in your hand. So let me just begin with the frontal overview of the vehicle, and for that I'll be switching on the follow me home headlamp function, and this is how the headlamp setup looks. Now what Tata Motors has essentially done is that they've taken the headlamp setup from the Tigor and given it to the Tiago also. So here you get a projector headlamp setup with a halogen beam, which we have been seeing in the conventional Tigor petrol also. So you get a halogen beam for the main projector, as well as the position lamps, as well as the indicators. So all elements are halogen based, and the humanity line is also chrome based, along with these tri-arrow elements which have also been finished in chrome. All in all, the vehicle looks extremely premium and gives you very elite appearance. The fog lamp setup here is also halogen based, and you also get an LED daytime running lamp, which could have been incorporated in the main headlamp, but nevertheless this also looks pretty neat in its appearance. Let us move to the side profile now, and we'll take a look at the dimensions and the tire size, etc. So even on the top of the line variant of the Tigor iCNG, you don't get any kind of alloy wheels. What these are actually steel rims or other styled wheels, and these are 14 inches. The exact dimensions are 175/65 R14. In the front you get a disc brake unit, but on the rear end you continue to get a drum brake unit only. If we come to the ground clearance, this has been reduced to about 165 mm, and that is solely due to the extra weight of the CNG cylinder, which I will be definitely showing you in detail. Further on, the ORVMs have been finished in a piano black appearance. These are electrically adjustable as well as retractable, and you also get an LED indicator strip on the ORVM itself. A chrome applique has been added onto the door handles as well, and you get this keyless entry request sensor, which only comes in the Tigor, and you don't get this on the Tiago. So this is how the door pad of the Tiago iCNG appears, and you get a conventional dual tone plastic finish over here. You have a touch of fabric on the touch points, but it's based out of plastic more or less. These are the controls for your power windows, all 4 power windows, and electrically adjustable as well as retractable ORVMs. The seat adjustment function also includes height adjustment, which is definitely a good feature and expected at this price point. Now without any further ado, let's just ingress into the vehicle and talk about the features that this vehicle offers in detail. So here we are in the interiors of the Tigor iCNG, and this is how the key fob of the vehicle appears. If I start the vehicle, you get push button start. This is the kind of instrument cluster and music system lighting that you get in this vehicle. Let's begin with the steering wheel itself. You get the same flat bottom steering wheel that you have been seeing in other Tata vehicles also. Not a major change in these aspects at all. So these are the conventional basic steering mounted audio controls. You get the options to increase and decrease your volume, connect your phone via Bluetooth, as well as accept and decline calls. One thing which I really love about the steering wheel is the fact that the horn pad is extremely accessible, and this really comes in handy in your daily traffic situations. And this is a very convenient feature indeed. You get 2 airbags, ABS with EBD as standard on this vehicle, and this vehicle has scored 4 stars at the global NCAP crash test. So yes, it is excellent in terms of structural integrity also. And a fun fact is that the Tigor now becomes the only vehicle which comes in an electric vehicle powertrain as well as petrol as well as biofuel, that is CNG, which you're seeing right now. On the left you get your wiper controls and you get your auto rain sensing wiper controls also, and you get automatic headlamps. Stocks are pretty basic, and you get your headlamp leveling button also integrated over here itself. Now there are certain changes in the mechanicals obviously and also in the instrument cluster, so let me just brief you about that first. So first of all, the benefit of an OEM or factory fitted CNG vehicle is that you get your fuel gauge integrated in the stock instrument cluster itself. So this is the CNG fuel gauge and this happens to be your petrol fuel gauge. And this CNG system has been really well integrated by Tata Motors. So if you see this button, if I switch on and off, you will be able to see that it indicates if your vehicle is in CNG mode or not, and you definitely get those warning signs also. So all in all, this looks pretty nice. You get a digital speedometer, you get your tachometer as well as the gauges for your CNG kit. If we move on to the center console, now there are not many major changes over here. You get the 7-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto, but the point to note here is that you have to use it via a USB cable only. It's not wireless. It's pretty slick to use, no lags or any kind of niggles in this infotainment, so to say. So this is good according to the price point, and you get your Harman speakers in this vehicle. If you move down to the buttons below, this is your button for your fog lamps, you get a button for your lock and unlock, you get an electric boot release, and this here is the button to switch from CNG to petrol and vice versa. Now a very good feature, or rather a first in segment feature that Tata Motors has offered over here, is that from the first crank itself in the morning when you start your vehicle after a full day cycle, you can drive the vehicle straight away in CNG. So what you have to actually do in normal CNG vehicles in this segment, factory fitted CNG vehicles, that you have to drive the vehicle for a few minutes in petrol. After that only you can switch to CNG, but here from the first crank itself you can drive in CNG, which is a good thing and will also help you save fuel costs and that extra headache as well. If we glide down below, you get an automatic climate control unit which displays all the details on this infotainment system itself, and you also can control it using this. If we move down further below, you get a USB socket and a 12-volt charging socket. No aux has been offered on this vehicle. In terms of the storage spaces, they have done a good job. These are quite practical. You get twin cup holders and you get a cubby space over here to store in your daily knickknacks. So yes, I don't find any issue with this either. Now if I engage the reverse gear, you can see you get a reverse parking camera as well, and this is also of decent quality. Now if I talk about the technical specifications of this vehicle, now this gets a 60-liter water-based capacity CNG cylinder, and definitely you do see a drop in power and torque outputs. So now this vehicle in CNG churns out about 73 PS of power and 95 Newton meters of torque, which has dropped down from the 82 PS power in petrol and 113 Newton meters of torque. Now if we take a look what we have here, this is a manually dimming internal rear view mirror. You get a vanity mirror for the driver, which is not seen in many vehicles these days, and this is a point which I would like to appreciate definitely. And you get one obviously for the passenger also. This is a very neat touch, I'd say, and I think most manufacturers should take care of this. And you get a receiver for your infotainment system. If we have a look at the glove box now, this is a very well spaced out and designed glove box. You get twin compartments and you can allocate your belongings over here pretty easily. Now in terms of plastic quality, there are some panel gaps which you can see over here, so there is slight scope for improvement of plastic quality definitely in these interiors. Now let us move to the back seat as well as the boot space, and I'll tell you how the CNG kit has been incorporated. So if we now have a look at the second row of this vehicle, I won't be going into the detailed space scenario over here. For that you can have a look at our detailed reviews. so that you can get an idea of the space, because there is no alteration in terms of that, right? So let us now delve into the CNG kit placement. So here we have the CNG kit placement in the boot space of this vehicle. So if you buy the petrol variant, you get a considerably large boot space of about 420 liters, which has now been hampered, obviously, because of the kit that has been placed here. But there are certain practicality points yet evident, which I'll be telling you about. So first of all, you have this space which you can already see to store in your luggage. You get smaller cubby holes over here to put the smaller knickknacks, but Tata Motors has mounted the CNG kit in a way that you have good amount of space below the CNG cylinder also to fit in a few soft bags. 2 or 3 soft bags, smaller size, can be fitted over here, so you get a decent boot space. And this, I think, is a major attraction for the Tigor CNG. Now another quirky thing which you'll notice here is that this, being a compact sedan, has the boot mounted over hydraulics itself, and that also frees a bit of space inside the boot. Now if I switch on the follow me home headlamps, you can have a look at the tail lamp cluster. You get an LED element over here. However, the indicator as well as the reverse lamp happens to be halogen based. This is the badging for the iCNG technology, and you get the conventional embellishments. This chrome bar really accentuates the rear appeal, and this is the placement for your reverse parking camera. Now one thing which Tata Motors has missed out on over here is reverse parking sensors, which I think should be a mandate now in a segment of this vehicle, definitely. If we move up, you get an integrated defogger unit as well as a shark fin antenna and this broad high mounted brake stop lamp, which does remind us of some higher end luxury vehicles. Do let us know by commenting down below what the rear fascia of the Tigor reminds you of. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked our video, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon to never miss any of our updates. Thank you so much for watching this video.